But what if you just don't want it, at least not now or not at all? Could you face disciplinary action like those lawmakers in Maine? Nicholas Fortuna is an employment lawyer. And Nicholas, thanks for joining us. We know Delta Airlines is requiring new employees to get vaccinated, but explain how this works for us. Do they just ask? Do you have to tell them? Do you have to show proof? How does it work?
So generally, employers can require employees to get vaccinated. The EEOC issued a guidance that allows employers to require it. They just have to comply with Title VII and the Americans with Disability Act. So there are limited circumstances where an employee can object to getting the vaccine. Otherwise, yes, they could be disciplined. Those circumstances are if they have a sincerely held religious belief that would be violated by getting the vaccine. And the employer only has to make a reasonable accommodation for that person. It's not an absolute right. And the second circumstance is if they have a medical reason not to get it, they're allergic to the ingredients, or they have some sort of disability that'll be made worse by getting the vaccine.
But they do have to show proof then?
They would. An employer can require an employee to show proof that he had the vaccine or she had the vaccine.
And what if an employee doesn't want to say whether they've gotten the vaccine?
You know, in most circumstances, the employer can terminate them, suspend them, or give them a leave of absence, depending on the value of the employee to the employer. But it's really within the employer's realm. You know, bear in mind, though, a lot of states have bills pending before them now. A lot of state legislatures have bills pending before them right now, affecting the employer's right one way or the other as to requiring employees to get vaccinated for COVID.
What about companies requiring testing? Can they do that?
Employers can also require employees to show negative tests for COVID prior to entering a facility or working in the employer's facility. So yes, they can require testing as well.
All right, so I've read that there are some companies, Target and Amazon included, Kroger as well, that are paying employees to get the vaccine. Is that because they can't or don't feel comfortable making it a rule, do you think?
Yeah, a lot of employers are trying to encourage their employees to get the vaccine as opposed to force them and discipline them for not getting the vaccine. And employers who are giving a benefit to an employee for getting the vaccine, they have to be careful because there are circumstances where some employees can't get the vaccine. One that I said earlier, where there's a medical reason, such as they're allergic to the ingredients. Now that employee can't receive that benefit. Are they being discriminated against because they can't receive that benefit? So an employer has to be careful and thoughtful in the way he implements a benefit program like that.
Let's get one more question for you, if we can, before you go, on the late developments today on the situation with former President Trump and the Manhattan DA convening that grand jury today. What does that mean from a legal standpoint to you?
From a legal standpoint, it looks like there's going to be a criminal indictment. At this point, grand jury proceedings secret. We don't know who is going to be indicted by the grand jury at the end, but typically a district attorney has a lot of control over what evidence goes before the grand jury. Wouldn't convene a grand jury if they didn't think they could get an indictment. You know, the targets obviously are Trump, his organization, the company itself, and some of the executives there.
All right. Nicholas Fortuna, an employment lawyer, thanks for your insight and your time tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you.